Many founders, CEOs, and entrepreneurs believe that suffering equates to more growth. And I believed in the same thing for over 5 years before I finally burned out, which forced me to ask myself this question: can I achieve my goals and also enjoy the journey there? I've spent the last 18 months and over $150,000 in coaching answering exactly that. And in this short video, I'm going to show you the exact framework I learned and that I now use to enjoy my daily work and achieve my goals in half the time. Let's first start by identifying what the underlying problem is. Most high performers struggle to feel fulfilled or enjoyment while working towards goals because they rely on the outcome of that goal to fulfill their personal needs. Let me give you an example. A tech founder relies on his software hitting 5 million in annual recurring revenue to feel like his work matters. Or a serial entrepreneur who relies on doing 10 different things at once just to feel excited. And this is a major problem because in order to achieve the goals these people want, they must first be in the right mindset and not the other way around. And in order to solve this problem, we start by understanding the 6 fundamental needs of all human beings. 1. Certainty. This is our need for situations and the people around us to say the same. This is why we like our routines. And this is also why you dislike it if a client ghosts you because that creates uncertainty around your financial situation. Novelty. This is our need for things to change. This is why we like traveling, and this is also why we feel the urge to try new things in our business, even when we know it distracts us. 3. Love. This is our need for care and love. This is why we date people, and this is also why we feel lonely during seasons of building our company. 4. Significance. This is our need to feel like we are important. This is why we like leading, and this is also why we want to be recognized when we do something good for our team or for our clients. 5. Growth. This is our need to make consistent progress. This is why we learn. This is why we're inclined to solve hard problems in our business. And finally, 6. Contribution. This is our need to do something that helps other people. This is why we feel compassion for the unfortunate. And this is also where people say they have a calling or a purpose for something bigger. Now, these needs are actually split up into 2 categories. Certainty, novelty, love, and significance are selfish needs that we should fulfill first. Growth and contribution are selfless needs that we fulfill later. And you must be selfish before you can be selfless. Remember how I said earlier in this video that the problem is relying on an external outcome to fulfill these needs? The solution is to simply fulfill these needs yourself. To drive my point across, here is a real example that I dealt with when advising a company here in Asia who are like the Uber for massages. Right? Tim, the founder, not his real name, told me that once I have taught my employees how to think like me, then I'll feel comfortable enough to focus on the work I enjoy and hire better talent. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, you know how backwards that is, right? But he acted in a way to fulfill his need for, drumroll, certainty, things to say the same. And in that same year, he launched 2 new physical product lines. And I hope by now you've guessed it, he did it to fulfill his need for novelty, things to change. Now, enough with the negatives. What are the benefits of fulfilling these needs yourself? Firstly, your tolerance for suffering goes up because you would have detached from the outcome, and suffering is when reality does not meet the expectations we have for the outcome. So when you stop caring about the outcome, the suffering goes away. Secondly, you reach peak performance, otherwise known as flow state. This is where you achieve your goals with elegance at your highest level and you absolutely fly through the hardest challenges. And lastly, this is the absolutely most important. You get intrinsic motivation. This is when you do hard things because you like to do it. Because you already have what you need, you can focus on what is needed to actually hit your targets. And at this point, you're probably thinking, Sean, I get it, but what are the specific needs I need to fulfill? Well, first, you don't have to fulfill all 6. Most people have 2 or 3 needs that they have to fulfill to reach optimal performance. To find your specific needs, let's do a needs audit together. I have attached an AI prompt below this video that you can plug straight into ChatGPT to identify your top 3 needs to fulfill right now to unlock peak performance. First of all, write out 2 or 3 strong emotions you had over this last week and the situation that you were in. For example, I felt that I wasn't ready to spend more on my marketing because my software engineers were still building out the final touches for our new software. Simply type out 2 or 3 of those situations and your feelings into ChatGPT and paste the AI prompt right below. It should show you your top 3 needs. Finally, based on your top 3 needs and its outputs, let's explore how you can fulfill them yourself. 1. You get certainty by acting in a way that gets you the same result every time. So if waking up at 4 a.m. makes you feel more productive, do it every day, including the weekends. Or if you need a certain type of support from friends and family, make it clear to them how they need to support you and hold them accountable to it. 2. You get novelty by trying new things. I personally travel at least once every quarter. You can do the same thing by trying out a new restaurant every week. It's super simple, but this will get rid of the infamous shiny object syndrome. 3. You get love from other people. So intentionally select friends who encourage your vision and cut out people who bring your emotional state down. Personally, I send my close friends a "I'm grateful for you" text every other day. This fulfills my need for certainty and love at the same time because I get a positive reply consistently, right? The same result. 4. Be careful with significance because you can get it through unhealthy ways like being overpowering towards people and your team. And that's not the best way. I would achieve significance by doing something worth recognition. For me, this is currently my marketing role, right? Where I make people a lot more money than they could ever pay me for, right? And they recognize me for it. And 5, for growth, it's subjective because some people grow through hard experiences. I personally prefer growing proactively by reading across domains like psychology, philosophy, science, mathematics, art, religion, cooking, etc. It equips me with innovative ways to solve new problems. And 6, you get contribution needs filled by doing things for other people. I currently fulfill this by volunteering twice a month at my church, and I did this with my previous consulting firm by doing a charity food drive sponsored by my clients. Now, there are seasons where I abandon these needs strategically, and there are seasons where I fulfill them more proactively. There is no right or wrong. Use the framework to help you become the best leader, CEO, and founder that you can be. So I've just shown you exactly how to fulfill your own needs so that you're not relying on someone or something else to fulfill those needs for you. But at this point, you might have the same oddly specific question I had when I first started mindset work, which is, will working on my mindset destroy my ambition? And isn't being kind of crazy the secret sauce to success? Well, to find my exact answer, click on the video on screen here to find out.